Never. I'll be right with you. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Over here. And a few essentials. I needed to prepare a glass of water and a cup of tea. Okay. All right. Never. Click my link. It just needs to work. I don't understand that link, so click my link. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't understand your question. For those of you on YouTube, there seems to be a connectivity issue, which I have not been able to resolve as of yet. So preferably you'll be able to enjoy this presentation. Otherwise, you can catch the replay. Welcome to today's presentation of Ancient African Adorations. This year, we've been following the Natarian calendar of holy days presented by the Temple of Amun. We are in the month of April, and it's got the holy days. I've seen other calendars of Egyptian holidays and festivals that include these, and then they have many more. And this is pretty much all I can handle this year. Maybe in the future, we can do some more celebrating. But for now, we're going to follow this calendar. I believe this list of holy days was compiled by, of course, Sabai Ma. And you can get this calendar at templeofamun.com. If you notice at the beginning, it has the year 2022 and the Kemetic New Year of 38,788. And so in July, the middle of July is when we start the observance of the Kemetic New Year. It starts on July 13th with the birth of Set. And so after that week of strength of holy days, I try not to say week, strength of holy days begins the Kemetic New Year. So in July, the Kemetic New Year will change to 38,789, but it'll still be the Western calendar 2022. It's good to keep it in perspective. 38,788 years human beings have been following these holy days and the moons and the solstices. And if you're like me, it just gives me such a wonderful feeling to be in alignment with our ancestors in this way. I've also started following the calendar put out by the Earth Center. And this one has the 3 10-day strengths. Each strength consists of 10 days. Oh, I guess I'm already into this. Yeah, I'm already into this one. So in the month of February, how fitting that today's program we're going to be honoring Kepler quite a bit. And this one has 2 days of rest in each strength, which is awesome. And I've been using this calendar for like my personal practice, like housekeeping, and when I practice my yoga and my movement practices. And then it has the holy days, the divine holy day, ancestral holy day. And I think the combination of the two is just really working magic in my life. I'm experiencing a great deal of order and stability that I did not know before. So you can order this calendar at theearthcenter.org. And since we're honoring Capita today, we start by reading from here. Capita symbolizes the process of becoming or transformation. This existence that we all are a part of is in a constant state of transformation. A human's duty is to put in the effort to constantly transform him or herself in order to be in harmony with the transformations taking place in their surroundings, thus ensuring humanity's survival. Capra is also one of the oldest gods in the Kemetic pantheon, present in the existence at the time of becoming of the first trinities of gods. So that's from the Earth Center. I usually am working with Dr. Ashby's works. However, like I said, this calendar's been helping me, so I'm sharing that with you as well. Oh, I don't know that one. The Lord of One. Okay, well, I'll have to look out for that book. The Law of One is one of my favorite books. Okay, well, I'm going to look for that one. Is this I'm going to have to get a better advice. I can't read your name, but thank you. All right, so official introduction. My name is Arit AstMaataJi, aka Tachia Ahmet. These are pinhole glasses. Help me reading, not sunglasses. And these presentations are coming to you by way of AstMaataJi, Temple of Divine Light Healing and Sweet Sounds, and the Light and Wellness Center. And we're studying the works of Say by Ma, Dr. Wada Ashby, and putting them to music. That's how I really learned the teachings, become really imbued with the teachings by putting them to music and repeating them over and over again with the beautiful melodies, and literally just goes into my body, my blood, my cells, my energy field, and the teachings just come alive. That's why I can describe it. And so that's why I am sharing them with you, because I'll just be writing these musics and just singing them by myself. It takes a while for them to be recorded and released. So this series is wonderful for me because I'm always writing new music and I'm sharing it, and it feels great. So if you want to learn more about the Kemetic mysteries or Egyptian wisdom, Egyptian yoga, visit EgyptianYoga.com. That's the website of Say by Ma and AstMaataJi. And so, like I said, this presentation is from the temple that came to me to share the music and sound healing. That's AstMaataJi Temple. All right, so let's begin. As I usually do, I created a blog post so people could follow along. Of course, the Wi-Fi, it just went out as soon as I started. So I don't know if you'll be able to follow along today, but I will get it posted later. Oh, it worked? It looks like it worked. Okay, so that would be at chia.com, Festivity of Ra and his followers. Didn't mean to make that so long. But anyway, that is the name of the page. So let's start with the opening prayer. And the translation from the journal manual. Let me go ahead and add this link to the live stream. It's amazing how it came on right when I needed it. So for those of you on YouTube, if you'd like to follow along, there's the link. Thank you, Sen Patrick. Patrick always stops by just to show me support, and I really appreciate it. So here is the translation of the divine offering. Offering is given to the supreme divinity, and to Anpu, preparer of the traveler, and Wepwat, opener of the ways, lord of the sacred land. The spoken offering is 1,000 beef complete maleness and 1,000 geese complete femaleness. This causes a divine to make one true of speech, an enlightened being. Tabdi nesu netera, Anpu Wepwat neptajase perkeru kakaped, si neter adi makeru. O Tabdi nesu netera, Anpu Wepwat neptajase perkeru kakaped, si neter adi makeru. O Tabdi nesu netera, Anpu Wepwat neptajase perkeru kakaped, si neter adi makeru. O Tabdi nesu netera, Anpu Wepwat neptajase perkeru kakaped, si neter adi makeru. And Say by Ma teaches that when there's offerings made of the 1,000 beef, that is offering up our desires, our wants, our materialism, our consumerism, our attachments to the physicality, we're offering those up. And then also the 1,000 geese femaleness refers to our spaciness, our multi-thinking, and just all over the place, how it is before we meditate. So we're offering those up as well, not just the physical beef or birds, but actually what they represent. That's one thing you have to remember with Unitarian spirituality, that everything symbolizes something and not just to take it at literal value. Okay, to have food. And this song is just literally the words to the prayer to Anpu, to a melody. And I'm very grateful the way the music moves through me and the way my creativity is used in this way. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Remove obstacles to my success in my spiritual practice. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Lead souls through the narrow pathways to know the difference between real and unreal. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Measure between heaven and hell. Face black as night, golden as the day. You can watch her by night as by day. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. May Anpu make my dice burn, so that it may stand upon them. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. I wash myself in the waters where Anpu washed himself, where he was the officer of embalmer and bandager. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. My lips are the lips of Anpu. 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 A tap. So let's have a moment of silent meditation. This song is actually works wonders for opening the ways. Like at the end when it says, my lips are the lips of Anpu, that means that we have the ability with our words to speak our manifestations into existence, to remove obstacles to our success in our spiritual practice and in everything that we're doing. And that's why we make offerings to Anpu at the beginning of our ceremonies to open the way, so there'll be no technical difficulties or no mishaps. Like when you're traveling, you open the way when you're traveling, before you travel, just anything you're doing, it's good to open the way first. So, I think it's time for a sip of tea. Even though it snowed yesterday, it is dandelion season. And this is dandelion tea. I thought by now I would have been picking dandelions and drying them to make tea, but I had to buy tea bags because the weather's crazy. Okay. Whenever. What book is in my hand? This is the devotional prayer manual for the Temple of Shitau put out by SEMA Institute by Ma, Dr. Mwada Ashby. And it's the, the prayer book for our service, for the Natarian practice. Okay, good. We can be tea partners. All right. Next, we're going to have the 4 Great Truths of Shitau Netter. And I'll go ahead and recite them first and then offer the translation. I like to mix it up a little bit. And this melody is an adaptation of the one we learned from Ma. On my odds, we sell you said, say, come in. Say, wash you, say, not food inside you, say. Adishari, rekab, in my keru. Panataru, oh, never shed him, nataru. On my odds, we sell you said, say, come in. Say, wash you, say, not food inside you, say. Adishari, rekab, in my keru. Panataru, oh, never shed him, nataru. On my odds, we sell you said, say, come in. Say, wash you, say, not food inside you, say. Adishari, rekab, in my keru. Panataru, oh, never shed him, nataru. On my odds, we sell you said, say, come in. Say, wash you, say, not food inside you, say. Adishari, rekab, in my keru. One more time. Panataru, oh, never shed him, nataru. On my odds, we sell you said, say, come in. Say, wash you, say, not food inside you, say. Adishari, rekab, in my keru. Such a lively song. I just love it so much. All of the songs are like my children. I don't have a favorite one. They're just all so amazing. All right. We're instructed to see the book Principles of Shitau Netter African Religion for more details. For the purpose of the practice of the spiritual program, these great truths are to be recited 4 times at the commencement of the daily, monthly, or annual spiritual program. Panater Ua Nepajem Neteru, the Netter, the Supreme Being, is one and alone, and is Nepajem manifesting everywhere and all things in the form of gods and goddesses. Nepajem means all-encompassing divinity, the all-inclusive, all-embracing spirit, which pervades all, and who is the ultimate essence of all. This first truth unifies all the expressions of Kemetic religion. AstMaataJi, we saw you said, say, come in. Lack of righteousness brings fetters to the personality, and these fetters lead to ignorance of the divine. When a human being acts in ways that contradict the natural order of nature, negative qualities of the mind will develop within that person's personality. These are the afflictions of Set. Set is the nettadu of egoism and selfishness. The afflictions of Set include anger, hatred, greed, lust, jealousy, envy, gluttony, dishonesty, hypocrisy, etc. So to be free from the fetters of Set, one must be free from the afflictions of Set. Say Washu, say Nafu, and Sayu Set. Devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of Set. To be liberated, which is Nafu, means freedom to breathe. From the afflictions of Set, one must be devoted to the divine. Being devoted to the divine means living by Ma'at. Ma'at is a way of life that is purifying to the heart and beneficial for society as it promotes virtue and order. Living by Ma'at means practicing Shedi, the spiritual practices and disciplines. Uwashu means devotion, and the classic pose of adoring the divine is called Dua, standing or sitting with upraised hands facing outwards towards the image of the divinity. Ari Shedi Rek Amen Makadu. The practice of the Shedi disciplines leads to knowing oneself as a divine. This is called being true of speech. Doing Shedi means to study profoundly, to penetrate the mysteries, Shatout, and discover the nature of the divine. There have been several practices designed by the sages of ancient Kemet to facilitate this process of self-knowledge. These are the religious Shatout traditions and the Sema, Smai Tawi yogic disciplines related to them that augment the spiritual practices. All the traditions relate the teachings of the sages by means of myths related to particular gods or goddesses. It is understood that all of these neteru are related like brothers and sisters, having all emanated from the same source, the same supremely divine parent, who is neither male nor female, but encompasses the totality of the two. And if you can see that doing Shedi means to study profoundly, and that is why during these musical offerings, we're also going over the wisdom teachings of the offerings. So it's a study and a music session. Right. So there are certain hekau we're instructed to recite before readings from the Purdim Haru, and I've added two to the list. Okay. So the first one is Om Nebuchadnezzar capital Asar Om. And this hekau is used on days when I don't have a lot of time because it combines 3 and 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the all-encompassing, all-embracing, all-pervading spirit that is the essence of all and is the all. Kepra, when Nebuchadnezzar came forth as a cosmic force, he came forth first as Kepra, who was the creator of all the other cosmic forces, like the grand designer, the grand organizer. And then Asar, Nebuchadnezzar came forth in the form of a human as the god Asar, representing the universal soul. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar, Kepra sorrow. 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 Give it a sorrow. Oh, never joy, 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 give it a sorrow. Good job. All right. This next tune is taken from the myth of Ra and Aset. And the first line is Ma'apu'u, and that is it means what's going on. And that is taken from the scene in the myth where Aset has poisoned Ra. Oh, Dua Lola. She was just commenting on how much she likes this song of Anpu. That's because it's opening the ways, so you're cleansing your heart. That's what it is. Yeah, your eyes are leaking, and so your heart is opening and releasing. Okay, so this is this part in the story where Aset has poisoned Ra because she no longer wants to be an ordinary human. She wants to be like the netters. She's still a human at this point, a lady. So she devises a plan to know the name of Ra. And so she makes a poisonous serpent and lays it in his path, which he travels every day, and it bit him. And so he's, he's having a reaction to the poison and from the bite. And I have a really good image. I'm gonna go get it. Yeah, he's laying down like this. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a fever, and I've got the chills, and I'm nauseous, and I'm vomiting, and I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like that, right? And so he calls the gods and goddesses over, and they all come running over to him. They go, Ma Pu'u, what's going on? And, the story continues. Aset shows up later and says, oh, you're not feeling well? I have the antidote. I have the perfect thing to take away your ailment. And he's like, great, give it to me. And she says, but you've got to tell me your name first. Okay, I'm going to go get the image because it's just so amazing. Hey, Sybil. Not right now. You'll have to wait. My Anpu is ready to go out. So here's the illustration where Ra is, he's literally on his deathbed, and he's asking Aset to help him and give me the antidote. And she's like, no way, you gotta tell me your name first. It's a great story, and it's had such a wonderful impact on my life. If you ever get the opportunity, Sebama has a wonderful book. I don't have it here. Oh yeah, I do have it. The Mysteries of Ra, Isis and Ra, I say Ra and Aset. It's a wonderful book. He's got the translation of the papyrus there. I think it's like 160 verses or something. And it's a wonderful class they teach there at Kemetic University. So back to the song. So the first line is Ma'apu'u, and then Nemu Nemu. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. This song is, like you talk about, it's in my heart because it helps me so much. No matter what's going on, just remain calm, remain centered, remain in the stillness. And then the last part is, when you know AstMaataJi, you know everything. And this is me playing a Reggae Baseline on a Supriwa Ghanaian harp. Let's see if you can get a better illustration of the harp. It's so wonderful. Mapu Anemu Nemu Mapu Anemu Nemu. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. We know never journey. You know everything. We know never journey. You know everything. When you know never journey, you know everything. When you know never journey, you know everything. Mapu Anemu Nemu Mapu Anemu Nemu. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. No matter what's going on, remain in the stillness. When you know never journey, you know everything. 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 Never. Because ideally, I would sing that song for 30 minutes straight. Just get into the trance. Lola, by the way, that song, the Anpu song, is available. It was released in 2015, so it's on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, CD Baby, wherever you stream your music, you should be able to find it there. Okay, next of the opening. We're still on the opening prayers. And this again is from the Devotional Manual Prayer Book. I'm not sure if they're still publishing these. I know if you join their mailing list, they send you a copy of the contents of this book every morning, midday, and evening so that you can do your threefold devotion. This is the readings for Ushet in the morning from the opening prayer A from the ancient Kemetic book of Coming Forth by Jay. I'll read the translation. Adorations to Ra when he rises in horizon eastern. Homage to Ra, coming forth as Kepeda. Kepeda, creator of the gods and goddesses, rising thee, shining thee, lighting up thy mother, rising as Lord, king of the gods and goddesses. Your mother Nut does an act of worship to you with both arms. Manu, the western horizon, receives thee in peace, and Ma'at embraces thee at the double season perennially. And this is another selection that kind of has a reggae baseline on the Ghanaian harp. Dura kef du benef in my ketchup didn't bend. On a test rock ATM kept it on. Kept it on, came on. Kake you been gay, pese good gay. KTM suchen netaru. Any that move dude, RDM, any Manu and my jab up to my atata. Do what I can, do benef in my ketchup didn't. On the test rock ATM can put on. Can put on, come on, let it do. Kake you been K, pese good K. KTM suchen netaru. Any neck mood mood RDM any Manu and my jab up to my atata. Sometimes it's hard to stop. I usually like to sing that one at least 4 times. Right. Now we're going to move into our program selections. Actually, that was a program selection because it's about Ra and Kepra, Dura Kept. So Ra is the cosmic force of the Neteru, the deity, the celestial cosmic ancestor that we identify with the sun. And when you first come into Egyptian mysteries, your first, inclination or assumption is that Ra is the creator of everything. Ra is God. Ra is the ultimate. And then once you get into the wisdom teaching, especially if you study the myth of Isis and Ra, the myth of Ra and Aset, you will become. It will be made very clear to you that Ra is just the symbol of the creator. Ra is the symbol of creation, and that there's 2 other aspects of Ra. There's Kepra, which is the sunrise. Ra is the middle of the day, and Ra-Tim is the end of the day. And so it is Kepra, the cosmic force, that actually pushes the sun up. There's 2 different myths of the sun. One is Nut gives birth to Ra each day. And in this myth, it's Kepra that pushes the sun up every day. It is Kepra that was assigned the task of creating creation, of naming everything and connecting all the dots and all the relationships and all the interconnectivity and all the chemistry, Kemet's tree, of course. And I guess it's the Kemet's tree of life, actually, chemistry. And so it's really Kepler that is the one that's like the driving force of creation, and Ra is creation. I think it's called a paraclete when you have a symbol of the ultimate omnipotent force that we call Nebuchadnezzar, which actually has no name. Aset wanted to know the name of Ra. Of course, we know the name is Ra. That's the name given to this cosmic force, but the essence of Ra is what she wanted to know by knowing the name, not just the name Ra, but the essence of Ra. In this tradition, in Tyrian tradition, to know the name of something is to know their essence. In the Western world, if you know someone's name, you don't really know anything about them. But in this tradition, if you know the name, you know the essence. So this next tune is one that is recited regularly with the Materian down into practice. Just offering it with a sistrum. We've talked about this a lot before. It represents the upper Sefik Bara, or ritus or chakras, plus the goddess Heteru represents the heart chakra. When it's double-sided like this, it represents the dual goddesses of Maati, a set and nevid head. So there's a lot of power. And what God has had to do is usually playing this, and it's used to eliminate chaos. And if you looked at the image for the announcement, it's the image of Ra on his boat, and Set is at the front of the boat defeating Apep chaos. So we are on Ra's boat right now, and we are defeating chaos. That's too slow. I'm too fast. There we go. Duara, 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 kepara. 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 So why don't you chant along with me, or you can do call and response. The words are duara, 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 kepara. Duara, 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 kepara. I wish I could hear you singing along with me. I ask people if they're singing along with me to record it on their phone and send it to me so I can hear how it sounds, but no one's done that yet. Maybe someday. Okay. All right. Now is a hekau that came through that has all three forms of Ra. That one had Ra and Kepra. This one has Ratim as well. Dua Kepra, Dua Ra, Dua Ratim. Dua Kepra, Dua Ra, Dua Ratim. Dua Kepra, Dua Ra, Dua Temura. Dua Kepra, Dua Ra, Dua Temura. Dua Kepra, Dua Ra, Dua Ratim. Dua kapara, dua ra, dua ra tem. Dua kapara, dua ra, dua temura. Dua kapara, dua ra, dua temura. Let's try nuku. I am that. Nupu kapara, nupura, nupura tem. Nupu kapara, nupura, nukra tem. Nupu kapara, nupura, nupu temura. Nupu kapara, nupura, nupu temura. Yeah. Do a ratem. In many traditions, when we're making our offerings or setting up our altar, we're instructed to face to the east, to face the rising sun. However, in this tradition, we're instructed to face the north or the west, because the west is the direction of the Ratem, the setting sun. And when the body dies, we travel to the west. And if we've lived in accordance with Ma'at and our heart is lighter than the feather of Ma'at, then we do not have to reincarnate. So the goal is to live life in such a way that you don't have to come back. So we face to the west or the north. The north represents the never setting stars, and it represents the direction where consciousness never, doesn't come in and out. Or like I say, I get spiritual amnesia. There's no spiritual amnesia when you face to the north. And then I also have a little pun about Kanye's daughter, Northwest. They had the right idea, although I don't know if they're going to make it. But anyway, so next time you're doing your devotion, face the west or face the north. You don't always have to face the east, because the east just keeps reminding you of the always rising sun. And we want to continue rising in consciousness. However, we don't want to have to come back and repeat this experience or have these lessons again that we didn't get the first time around. Dua. Oh, thank you for staying, Maria Angelica. I have, my eyes are 60 years old, and these pinhole glasses save me, but the names are faded out, so it's difficult to see the names. I'm glad you stayed. I'm glad you're enjoying your presentation. Thank you so much, Lola. Lola says, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I will definitely look for it. By the way, I think it's also your voice and frequency that hits me as well. You are greatly, greatly appreciated. Mama Auntie Tachia Ahmed. Ashe. Dua Lola. Lola la bruja. Okay. Thank you. Right. Oh, I need my other drum for this one. When I first started this journey, I was just a keyboard player and just a reggae singer. And I didn't know that I had an affinity for all these hand instruments and acoustic instruments. And, it's just so natural for me. And again, I have to express my gratitude to Say by Ma and AstMaataJi. They gave me my first African harp. And I was devastated the day that it broke. I was tuning it. I knew something was going to happen. And I just thought it would hold out a little longer. It just snapped and fell apart. And it was going to be my first time playing a concert with it. Anyway, I just love these instruments. And this drum I got from a website called African Imports. And as the name states, you can get everything they have for you over there in Africa from one wonderful website. I never did learn how to play this drum properly. You're supposed to hold it with your finger, and somehow they get it to spin back and forth like really fast. And just I don't know. And mine has seen better days. The rim is crumpling, and I'm going to be ordering another one. I didn't ever see the sticker. Oh my gosh, made in Benin. I had no idea. I love this drum because it looks like a sun. I don't know if you can see it. It has these rays on the side. So I've been calling it my sun drum, but it's my sun drum from Benin. Okay, so this Hekau is another one from the teachings of Ra and Aset, and it's pretty much from the first line of the scripture. Let me just read the scripture, and you'll have an understanding of this song. I can't go on enough about how wonderful this class was for me, and every time I had a new lesson, a new song would come through, and I literally just had to take a break from the studies to organize all of this music. I'm overjoyed. Anyway, here it is. Okay, yeah, that's the speech announcement. Okay, so the first line in the scripture. Ra in Neter Neterti Keperu Jeseph Ari Pet Ta Mau in Anket. And it goes on and on. But the first line, this scripture is about a divinity who possesses dual consciousness, who is creator of itself and creator of heaven and earth, and the life force that enlivens creation, the life-giving properties in air that allows the breath of life to sustain life, the fire that enlivens everything. So when most people read this, they think that it's talking about Ra, but actually it's talking about the creator of Ra, Nebuchadnezzar. And this Nebuchadnezzar is the dual divinity. And it's a dual divinity consciousness that we also can attain. And it's AstMaataJi symbolizes this consciousness as one of those fish that has eyes, two pairs of eyes, one to see above the water and one to see below the water. And we are here to be aware of our physicality, right? Our practical reality, as well as our spiritual reality in the same moment. Like, we do our ablutions and get prepared, and we sit down for our devotion, which is our spiritual. However, we're still, like right now, I'm using a computer, a cell phone. I've got 2 microphones, 2 lights, 3 microphones, and an inbox here. And so that's my practical reality. And my spiritual, I have to make sure that, the plugs don't come out and, all these things. And so we are instructed to have this dual divinity as well. And the songs that you hear that are not released on Spotify, YouTube, etc., you can find a lot of them at my Bandcamp page. Bandcamp page is where I put songs that I've written, and I just made a fast recording for myself or so I could teach the band, and then I go into the studio and record them. I have like 100 songs. Oh, that's the beat. Eternity. Dual consciousness. AstMaataJi. True consciousness. AstMaataJi. True consciousness. AstMaataJi. Dual consciousness. AstMaataJi. Absolute creativity. AstMaataJi. Absolute creativity. AstMaataJi. Absolute creativity. AstMaataJi. Absolute creativity. AstMaataJi. Dual consciousness. AstMaataJi. Dual consciousness. AstMaataJi. Absolute creativity. AstMaataJi. Absolute creativity. Do a tap. Yeah, so that the last verse is absolute creativity. It means the absolute, which is Nebuchadnezzar, and creativity, which is Ra. So it's both. Nebuchadnezzar is the one behind the scene, the one behind creation, the one inside of creation, the one that is creation, the one that thought creation, the one that breathed creation, the one that loved, and creation was created. Right. And that's another one of those trance songs that could just go on for hours. And if you've heard me, you might have heard me say this before, that all the chants and the songs and the sound healings, all the music that comes through me, even though I'm done singing it, or when the program is over, or you played the CD and the CD is over, the intention, the energy, the force of the song, of the music keeps reverberating and resonating. Like the songs that I sang last year are still playing in the universe. They're on YouTube, of course, but they're still being played, being sung in like alternative universes or realities or dimensions. I just want to put that out there. That just because I stopped singing that song about eternity and eternal consciousness, it's still going on. Okay, it's cooled down. It was really too hot earlier. Right. Just tune in. Okay. All right. The next song is called Tommy Ra. Let me share my screen today. It hasn't been allowing that. So I'm switching over to the Bandcamp page where it has the scripture and the translation and all the good stuff. So I'm going to read the translation, read the teachings first, and then offer the music. And this is from tachia.bandcamp.com/TommyRa. And just try this really quickly. Share screen. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, nope, not Chrome tab. Windows. Okay. There we go. Okay, we'll see if it lets me share. Oh, wait. Share. Nope. Not today. Okay. I'll try again next time. All right. So this is from the selection Tana from the Mysteries of Aset and Ra, page 40 and 41. Tommy Ra Arigerta. You know what? It's easier for me to read it from the book. Page 40 and 41. I keep asking them to grant me the screen share, but they have not done that yet. So it's taken from the scripture here on page 40, 41, verse 11 and 12 and 13. So here is the translation. So this is when Aset is considering how she wants to be more than just a lady. What if instead of being an ordinary person, she would instead to be like them, not spiritually ignorant in the heavenly plane, or ignorant while on earth. In effect, be like Ra, that is, to become divine as he, a divinity as he, by appropriating for myself the divine knowledge as he has. And then she thought, while on earth, even while alive, I could be a goddess. Aset thought deeply about the issue, concentration, then more deeply, now going into the depths of her own heart, meditation. Remember, the heart is, in our heart, our feelings, our thoughts from the heart. And I've been talking about not thinking, but listening to the feelings, the thoughts coming from your heart in meditation. And concluded it should be possible to accomplish the lofty goal by becoming wise as to the divine name of Ra, the exalted name, the saintly, virtuous, spiritual name of Ra. It has here that the heart, Ab, is the mind repository of unconscious impressions, which is our REU. And REU is actions, deeds, unconscious mental impressions that impel the desires of the mind. Okay. Oh, I didn't. I usually play this on the keyboard with the reggae, so I'm not really knowledgeable of this melody. Tell me wrong, arigato. Tell me wrong, arigato too. Tell me wrong, arigato. do the drums. It's not working. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Tell me wrong. I regret time. Tell me wrong. I regret time to tear. Tell me wrong. I regret time. Tell me wrong. I regret time to tear. Yes, followers of Ra, we want to be like Ra. We want to do like I said. We want to be like Ra. We want to be exactly as he is. And Goddess Aset laid out instructions for us, the formula that she followed to attain her goal. And she made a promise that anyone else on this path has the same potentiality as she does, receive the same protection, the same guidance. And we don't have to make a serpent and poison Ra like she did. do that whole process as our meditation. In fact, when you study the teaching, you will see that the whole process that she did was a meditation. So it's really powerful. Do a nectar, do a ra. Yes, so that again, you can find that song and some of the other ones that have not been released at the Bandcamp web page, which is Bandcamp, tachia.bandcamp.com/track/ta-me mi-ra. Or you can just go to the Bandcamp page and you'll find them all there. It's nice, it has beautiful illustrations and the lyrics and the wisdom teachings of Sebama. It's very beautiful. Alrighty, and what's next on the list? Oh, Festivity of Ra, Children of Ra. Okay, so this song was actually, what's the word when you're commissioned by the temple, because it was the children's play. At the conferences, they have a children's activity and they work on a play. And then at the end of the conference, the children perform the play. So there's a song here. It came through based on the wisdom teachings. And it's from the children's book of the Asarian Resurrection. I don't have the copy of that here, and I don't have the page here. I'm going to offer it. And I don't, like I said, this is another one of the reggae songs. I played it on the piano. I don't know if I've ever played it on the harp. Keep it simple. Okay. And I do not have a page turner, so I'm going to have to pause and change the page because I do not have this one memorized. I have not really worked with this song since the play came out in 2016 or 14, because it's on the CD. Yeah, it's a very long time ago. And I've never played it on the harp. We are the children of Ra, children of creation. Ra is the source of life, and we are his children. You know what? I think I can do that. I know I don't want to miss it. Okay. We are the children of Ra, children of creation. Ra is the source of life, and we are his children. Un Mesura, Mesu Kepora, Ra Ankura, Un Mesura. Duara, Duara. Ra knew we would forget him, and this made him cry. We are all born from his tears of sadness. People all over the world were created by Ra's tears. When we remember Ra, he cries tears of gladness. We are the children of Ra, children of creation. Ra is the source of life, and we are his children. Un Mesura, Mesu Kapara, Ra Ankura, Un Mesura. No matter how people look, no matter where they come from, we're all children of Ra and are loved equally. We must love one another equally, 'cause we're all family. We're all children of Ra, children of creation. We are the children of Ra, children of creation. Ra is the source of life, and we are his children. Un Mesura, Mesu Kapara, Ra Ankura, Un Mesura, Duara, 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 Duara. Ra sends to us his wisdom through Jehuti and Shetta. Ra speaks to us through them and hears our prayers. When you learn something new, it's Ra spending wisdom to you. To our Jehuti was the Shetta. We are the children of Ra, children of creation. Ra is the source of life, and we are his children. Un Mesura, Mesu Kapara, Ra Ankura, Un Mesura, Duara, 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 Duara. Now we change the page. Nupu Munuati Rarembe Nupu Munuati Rarembe Nupu Munuati Rarena Nupu Nupu Munuati Rarimarti Nupu Munuati Rarimre. The last part of that offering is I am the tears of Ra, the tears of sadness. And then I am the tears of Ra, the tears of gladness, joy, heart, victory, love, beauty, etc. That one was released as a reggae song on, C Baby, Spotify, etc. And the last offering for today is from the Pert and Heru, Volume 4. I think I have a question. show this really. Here's the, I have notes everywhere. Here is the Pert M. Haru, the volume compiled by Seba, edited by AstMaataJi. And the Pert M. Haru is a book of spells, you could say, or instructions to assist the soul on its journey. This could be the soul on its journey while it's in sickness, the soul on its journey during its transition or its death, to assist the soul on its journey after the body has died, and it's to assist the soul on its journey during its memorial presentation. When people come together, we come together and we actually recite past Pert M. Haru to assist the person that's moved into the next dimension. And it's also advised to us to read from the Pert M. Haru daily to assist our soul on our spiritual journey. Because in this teachings right now, while our body's awake and we're in this body, we're actually asleep. We're actually dead because we're not spirit beings, because we're light beings, spirit beings, encased in these watery entrapments, because the body is 80% water. So, and when our soul, our spirit is trapped in this body, it's like we're in the mummy. We're in the mummy in the coffin, the tomb, and we recite, or in this case, sing teachings from the Pert M. Haru. Then it helps us wake up. It breaks us free of our spiritual amnesia. Like in the case of Goddess Hetzeru and Sekhmet, she remembered her divinity when Jehuti was telling her 4 parables. And it's the same for us. When we read from these books, we wake up or we come back to life. If you're in like a really bad mood and you're not in the right frame of mind to like sit down and meditate or, offer devotion or rituals, you can just start chanting where you are, or you can just pick up a book and start reading, and it will definitely change your vibration, because everything is frequency, everything is vibration. So this is where he has, and this is the, an older book where it's the English, has the English translations of his favorite passages. We're actually supposed to choose the selections that we want to be read at during our transition. And I have a notebook in my altar. I already told my daughter about it. Those are the passages that I'd like to read. And then also, I have a goal of putting all of these spells to music, because when my body dies or when my body's dying, I want to be singing all of these passages. I would like to recite the entire collection. I like them to all be music so that it's easy to remember. It's easier for me to remember the scriptures when it's in a song. And so that's one of my goals, is to get all the ones that I want memorized so that during my passing, I'm just chanting or singing. And maybe the people in the room with me are singing with me and singing while I wake up. That's my plan. So today, in honor of the followers of, I had another one. I'll do that at the end. Followers of Ra, we have a scripture, page 110. And this is part 1, the creation myth of the creation myth from the Anunian creation myth, A, book of knowing the forms of the creator and defeating the principle of chaos, degradation, and decay. Translation by Dr. Watt Ashby AstMaataJi. Image of the papyrus. Say what papyrus? I guess it's the creation myth. And then just going to be doing verses 1, 2, verses 1 through 11. That's what I have outlined. I'm going to read the translation first. This book contains the without understanding forms, images, representations of Ra, the creator of creation, and for defeating Apep, the force that counters Ra in relation to his creative work. The following words were spoken by Nebuchadnezzar, the all-encompassing divine self that gave rise to Ra. After creating himself, he, Nebuchadnezzar, now in the form of the creator, said, I am the creator. And as the creator, I created myself, the creator, and the things, creations, that were created through my creative work. Doesn't that describe you every day? Additionally, the things that were created by my creations followed by my creating those creations, all of those things, the multiplicity of created things. Those forms, images, representations all came forth through the sound vibrations. Remember what I was saying, everything is frequency, of my mouth when I spoke them into existence. And remember, when we talk about the mouth, the symbol for the mouth, it represents consciousness, not just the mouth. When I spoke them into existence. Before that time, there was not a heavens sky that had been created yet, and neither was there an earth yet. Also, I had not made any of the earthly creatures, the animals or plants, or even the reptilian creatures, and none of them had been placed in their proper habitats. Also, I had not yet interweaved, interlocked, linked, or put them together in myself yet. So I pause there. The knitting, interweaving, interlocking, linking. That's the symbol jazz, to jazz, which is the knot, which takes me to goddess Net, of course. And I think, yeah, she's mentioned in this line. Within the undifferentiated consciousness, primordial substratum of creation, my body, from which all solid matter is composed, which at that time was in a state of inactivity, inertness, with no movement and no forms, and in no forms. In the beginning, there was only the primeval differentiated consciousness, and nowhere for myself to stand. Therefore, there was no solid matter yet, since I had not created it yet. Within this, that's a new word for me, withinness. And there's a scroll. I don't know if you can see it. Whenever you see a scroll in the hieroglyphs, it means that it's abstract concept, not to be taken literally. In an internal dimension, I use creative intent on myself in my heart, which is the mind. Remember, the mind. The brain is divided into two, so we want to not listen to this mind, which is the ego mind. Listen to this mind. This is the one mind. Or we want to tune into the cosmic mind of creation and allow that to fill our infinite mind and allow that to fill our limited mind. And the infinite mind is projecting our reality. So we want to stop thinking and feel thoughts coming from our heart. In my heart mind, the place of deep mind contained in my own body. This caused motion in the primeval undifferentiated consciousness and brought forms into appearance. And so here are some terms that Sabai wants us to understand. Below are highlighted key terms used in this verse with the realization that the heart of Ra that he applied the creative spirit energy on is actually his cosmic mind. So the heart of Ra is actually his cosmic mind. And that's why we're advised to feel the thoughts from our heart and stop thinking, because this is our ego brain. Our ego is like, no, you can't. No, you're not good. No, you don't do that. No, no one's going to do it. No one's going to do it. No, don't do that. And the heart is just like, boom, 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 boom. Keep going. Keep breathing. You're doing fine. Everything's. So the term Imi, I-M-Y, along with the use of the scroll in the term Imi, denoting what is abstract, and the term Abet, are interrelated in the context that we are told that Ra created creation by acting or applying Kahu, spirit, fire of life, energy on his own heart. That reminds me of Raseki. The term Abet relates to a physical heart, which means it is in his body and not a mythic conceptual idea. In other words, it is God's actual body, and elsewhere we learn that the heart of Ra has a formal name, the term Ab in Ra, or the heart of Ra. Additionally, we also learned that this title applies to the god Jehuti, the cosmic mind. In ancient Kemetic psychomythology, Lord Jehuti is the scribe of Ra, and in essence his cosmic mind. Therefore, creation occurs in the cosmic mind of God and is to be thought of as a projection of mind on the body of God, not unlike the world created when a person goes to sleep and creates a dream world. A tap. Okay, so I'm going to offer this. And this is like my favorite part of the program because it's brand new wisdom teaching that is put to music that I've never heard before. Let's see if I can get these words a little bigger. Okay, perfect. Jeju never Jeje Kaparab no kapu kaparayam kaparam. Here it is. Kaparana kaparu kaparu. Nebin ket kaparasha kaparu. Jeff two and bed for you. Jazz and I am sense in the noon and then on camera beta and I me I get the Dajima. Shadere Capranura Sakara Jeju Bacha Jerem Can Capare Lukapu Capayam Capalon Caparana Capar Caparu Capar Caparu Napcat Caparasha Caparu Impartibra Caparpen on Caperton Kemanza to Step 2 and bad Jazzy and I am saying Give na better high. Give me a kid in my bed. One more time. Shanere kebra nura se kerape. Jeju nebacha get kebere. Nukapu kebra kebra. Keperna keperu keperu never keper asha keperu kepertibra and kemansa to them to embed bui. Jazz in our sands in the net in the on Jim na bed a high enough. Give me a cat to dash in my bed. Or apti. I think it's apti. Yeah. I get Nadesh M apti. All right, so that is an offering telling us all the wonders of creation. I'm going to read this translation one more time because we are celebrating the festivity of the followers of Ra, and we are the followers of Ra. This book contains wisdom about understanding forms, images, representations of Ra, the creator of creation, and for defeating Apep, the force that counters Ra in relation to his creative work. The words were spoken by AstMaataJi, the all-encompassing divine self that gave rise to Ra. After creating self, am I the creator? No. After creating himself, he, AstMaataJi, now in the form of the creator, said, I am the creator. And as the creator, I created myself, the creator, and the things, creations, that were created through my creative work. The things that were created by my creations, followed by my creating those creations, all of those things, the multiplicity of created things. Those forms, images, representations, all came forth through the sound vibrations of my mouth when I spoke them into existence. Before that time, there was not a sky that had been created yet, and neither was there an earth yet. Also had not yet made any of the earthly creatures, the animals or plants, or even the reptilian creatures, and none of them had been placed in their proper habitats. Also, I had not yet interweaved, interlocked, linked, or put them together in myself yet, within the undifferentiated consciousness, the primordial substratum of creation, my body, from which all solid matter is composed, which at that time was in a state of inactivity, inertness, with no movement or no forms. In the beginning, there was only the primeval, undifferentiated consciousness, and nowhere for myself to stand. Therefore, there was no solid matter yet, since I had not created it yet. Within this, in an internal dimension, I used creative intent on myself in my heart mind, the place of deep mind contained in my own body. This caused motion in the primeval undifferentiated consciousness and brought forms into appearance. Well, I got something out of reading that the second time. I got that when I start my day and I have a list of things to do, at the end of the day, it seems like some days, it seems like I didn't get to any of the things on my list. And I see now that it's because as soon as I set the intention to create like I said, recording the music or writing my book, there's force that literally stops me from getting to it. Like, just uncanny things come up, like, the computer crashes, the website goes down, the cell phone's not working, all three things like that happen at the same time. I say, okay, I'm ready to work on my book, or I'm ready to record my music. And so I'm seeing how that force of APAP, it's there. It comes up all the time. And it's not enough to just say, oh, well, I didn't get to my list. I literally have to defeat APAP, like, all the time. And so I'm really grateful for this presentation, because I really see that now. I didn't really know what it was until now. So like I said, I wanted to end with just something, since we're the followers of Ra. I haven't read this Harp today. So Nook, or Nookpoo, I am that. Shimsu is a follower Ra. Nookpoo Shimsu Ra. So this is the closing hekau for today. Water. I really like that passage because it describes the creative process. It describes the chaos. It describes the weaving of goddess net, and then it also the vibrations from our mouth or our consciousness. That is what brings forth our creation. Because everything that's happening to this neters is happening to us. We're not just supposed to be like, oh wow. No, we're supposed to, like I said, be like them. This harp is very special because it never tunes the same way. And sometimes it doesn't want to be tuned. You just can't be afraid. That one is not. Oh, there we go. What was the book I was reading from? I'm not sure if that's an old message or a new message, but I was reading from the Town Netter Devotional Manual, and I read from Volume 4, Egyptian Book of the Dead, Coming Forth by Day by Peru by Seba Ma. I also read from The Mysteries of Ra and Aset, or Isis and Ra, also by Dr. Maud Ashby. You can find all those books at EgyptianYoga.com. Let's see if there's any more questions here. Dua Lola, Senti Lola. Okay, for you on TikTok. Senti means sister, spiritual sister, or Sen, S-E-N, means spiritual brother. And Senti Lola says, all the time, literally distracted me from your music, went into my head and started thinking of past crap. Nothing but confirmation that you just gave that explanation as I was distracting myself. I love synchronicities like this. Let me try Reggae Baseline. Shemsura, Nuku, Shemsura, Nuku, Shemsura, Shemsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsu Shimsura. Shimsu Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. Nuku Shimsura. That's us. We are followers of Ra. We are the children of Ra. We want to be like Ra. We create like Ra. We defeat chaos like Ra. We weave our creations like Ra. We move like Ra through our day. Let's see, what's the reflection from the Tefnetru? Nuk Ra, I am Ra. I move from east to west. I sustain my creation by continuing. I have a melody. Nuk Ra, I am Ra. I move through east to west. And I sustain my creation by continually forming new waves at the bow of the boat of Ra. Nuk Ra, I am Ra. As I move through life, I sustain my creation as I live by my tap. That is the reflection of the Tefnet Jerusalem Pout Yoga Meditation Movement System. Those are the reflections. Again, you can learn more about that at EgyptianYoga.com. And in the very near future, I will be presenting the reflective meditative movement journey. I'm not going to call it yoga because it's a movement of the netters. So that concludes the presentation for today. Festivities of Ra and his followers, Feast of his followers. And I will be back on Wednesday. Wait, today is Tuesday. So I'll be back Thursday. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Thursday the 21st with the Feast of Goddess Watching. And that will be at 10:30 a.m. Central Time here on YouTube and TikTok. And if you want to get your own calendar, visit templeofamun.com. I don't know if they have any more. I was told they sold out right at the beginning of the year. All the proceeds from the sales of the calendars, they have a picture of it, is going towards them building a temple. Unmute. Okay. Not sure what's going on, but I think I'm back. They're building a temple and a community where they can all live together and worship together. So one might move to North Carolina. And then if you want to order the other Kemetic calendar I shared with you, go to theearthcenter.org. If you want to learn more about the wisdom teachings of Chatel Neter, Temple of Aset, visit EgyptianYoga.com. You can sign up for classes at Kemet University, which I Highly recommend. I only recommend it though if you're willing to let go of your attachments and change everything that you knew about anything in life and just be open to the teachings. And if you'd like to know more about my music, visit tajia.com, where I have posted the blog post with the teachings, the scriptures shared, and also a link to watching this replay is there. If you'd like to know more about my wellness practices and services, visit lightbeingwellness.com. If you'd like to make a contribution to this series or to AstMaataJi Temple of Divine Light Healing and Sweet Sounds, you can do that at $, capital AMET, capital EL, capital MAAT. I'll type that here. You can find the link in my Linktree bio on TikTok. And we would greatly appreciate your contribution. We have recently become officially a tax-exempt organization in the state of Illinois, and I'm looking forward to doing more work with that. And if you're still listening to my reggae music, it's Kemetic dub, Kemetic reggae, native reggae, celestial reggae, indigenous reggae, independent reggae, cosmic reggae. We have Kemetic dub and Kemetic rock. If you're interested in anything like that, tune in on May 17th, live stream or in person, for the next reggae music experience featuring the music of yours truly with band. This time the concert will be held outdoors. It's going to be really nice. Haven't had this luxury since before COVID. And I'm very grateful for that music series as well. You can find the replay to the Spring Equinox reggae music experience, which was March 1st. You can find the replay, the link to make a donation to access the replay at tajia.com/springequinox-2022. And you can watch the, it was great. And I've gotten lots of comments, compliments, and people are looking forward to the next one. It starts off with Kemetic dub, which is the band playing dub music, and then I'm just chanting different Kemetic chants that either come to me or ones that we already know. And then we take a short break, and we'll have reggae music. And vendors are welcome. It's like a mini festival. Vendors are welcome. We will have refreshments. My wonderful daughter, Yuvia, will have some of her delicious vegan I don't know what she's going to have prepared, but that will be available. All right. So let's see if there's any more comments here. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you that just tuned in, you can watch the replay on YouTube. Thank you for sending all the love and the hearts. Thank you for staying to the end. Your presence is a gift to me. These musical offerings are part of my music shedding. When I share my teachings, it cleanses my RAU. It took me a while to figure out the formula, but the more that I share, the better my life becomes more polished, more organized, more peaceful. It's just never. So do it for being present when I'm making these musical offerings of the wisdom teachings. I think that's all for now. The next astrology session will be, I don't have that calendar, for the third quarter moon. That will be the global thing, where we'll be like letting out, releasing how we feel about what's going on in the world with sound healing. And then on May 1st will be the May Day presentation for the Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel out at the lake, honoring the indigenous people, culture and traditions of the 4 directions, honoring the 4 elements, 4 aspects of being in the 4 directions. So there's lots to look forward to from the Light Being Wellness Center. Do a hatap. And do a sabama and do a sabaja.